movement. Well, basically, when it comes to movement in Tekken, the most obvious thing is movement is everything in Tekken. Teach me all Dragunov combos? Bro, I know how to play Dragunov. So I can't do that. Okay, movement. Movement is the most important thing in Tekken. And I'll keep repeating it. It is the most important thing in Tekken. If somebody say that Korean backdash is not important, they don't know what they're talking about. You heard it from me first. If somebody says Korean backdash and all that shit is not important, they do not know how to play the game. Tekken is movement. There's a lot of movement involved. Why? You may ask. Because Korean backdash and movement is what makes you able to create space. It makes you able to move your character around. It makes you able to create whiffs. That is the most important thing. Being able to create whiffs. Being able to create opportunities as well. So a sidestep is really important as well. If I can put Law to do something here. Let's see here. What can Law do, which is... let's see here. No, that's a homing move. Let's make him do... Let's make him do a jab. 2 jabs. We're gonna make him do 2 jabs. Now, I can't remember if this one is a homing move. See here. There you go. Throw in some jabs here and there, right? Let's reset this. Right. Now we're blocking, right? Perfect. Okay. I'm trying to figure out when he's gonna do a jab. There you go. You see that? You see what happened right there? I did a sidestep. And what did I get from sidestepping? I got a launcher, right? That was just a sidestep. So I made him whiff his 1. Now, there are movements, you know, when you do Korean backdash to create whiffs to get away from your opponent. And let's say Law he doesn't move, where my back 1-2 will reach, right? So movement is the most advanced thing. I didn't say that though. I didn't say that, but I'm gonna say it now. Movement in Tekken is the most advanced thing in Tekken. It's also the basic in Tekken. Money match me $1. Wow, Bio. But movement is the most advanced thing in Tekken. And it's also the basic. And that's the most fucked up thing about the system in Tekken. The most basic thing in the game, which is movement, moving around, sidestepping and all that stuff, is the most advanced thing in Tekken. That is the reason why, naturally, a lot of people gets turned off when it comes to Tekken. Because just movement is the most advanced thing, and it's also the beginner stuff, right? I talked to JDCR when I was at Headstumber, because I do know JDCR, and I even asked him personally myself, because one of my friends, we were sitting on the couch together. I remember it was me. I was sitting with JDCR, Aussie the Lion-O. You guys know who Lion-O is. You know, the guy who hosts Lion's Den. Spaghetti Rip, I think Jack Padante was there as well. At Nanish, you know, we were talking about that kind of stuff. And I asked JDCR, so JDCR, what would you say is the most important thing in Tekken? And he said, well, basically every Korean player, well, what he basically said is that every European player and every US player and all that stuff focus on mix-ups. That's what we do. A lot of people in Europe, a lot of people in US and everywhere else is always focusing on mix-up. In Japan and in Korea, they're always focusing on movement because it is the most important thing. It's what makes you create whiffs. And look at this. Okay, let's say I'm trying to get away from Law. He's pressuring me. How would I get away? Just by holding back? Are you seeing how slow this is? Let's try to... Okay, I'm a mash dash. Alright, I'm a mash dash. Look at this. There's no way I'll be able to get away from Law. Now, this is where the important thing comes in when it comes to Korean backdash. When you're doing a Korean backdash, depends on how fast you're doing it, you are still blocking while you're doing a backdash. So if Law is trying to get in on me, let's say Law is doing a running kick. Like King, he does this, right? That's his running kick, his running 3. If I'm doing Korean backdash as fast as possible, I'm still able to block that because you're doing 2 backs, right? You're doing a dash and then you hold down. And then you go into a neutral to do a backdash again into a crouch. I already did a Korean backdash tutorial. You guys can always look on that. But the important thing is with Korean backdash is that you're able to create whiffs when you're doing Korean backdash. You're able to create space. Someone like King, a lot of people think King needs to be in your face all the damn time because he's a throwing character. So you expect me to get thrown by this shit, you expect to get thrown by this shit, you know, a lot of fucking shit, right? But honestly, in my opinion, when it comes to playing King, you have to be right here, at this spot right here. Why? It's because his full crouch down forward 2 will be able to whiff punish from that distance. So if your Korean backdash is really good and you're playing King, you'll be able to create that opportunity to make your opponent whiff by doing Korean backdash, right? Let's say I do 1-2 and then I start doing backdash, right? So maybe I can even do let's see here. Let me show you. Let me put him on standing guard like this. All right. So what I can do is I can do this. This is an up forward 1+2, right? It is safe on block and it's so much plus on frame that I'm able to do a giant swing after. This is a giant swing. Bam, giant swing. Because giant swing is 10 frames. It is as fast as a jab, right? But let's say he does expect the giant swing and he's not gonna do anything, but he's gonna duck, right? I can create a scenario for him by doing this and then do backdash, right? Just 2 backdash. Now he's gonna probably think, oh, why does he back away? Well, there's no way I'm gonna let him, you know, get away from me that easy after doing that shit. So he's gonna try to do something, but as you guys can see, I already made the distance. I already created the distance within seconds. So when he's gonna do something, which is gonna whiff, and it's gonna move him a lot more further, I'm already ready with this move, right? To punish him and do a fucking combo and all that shit. Thank you, Bye, for hosting me. So how important is movement? Movement is everything. It's everything in Tekken. It's the most important thing to, you know, create scenarios, create whiffs, even sidestepping sometimes. Kasumi Mishima in this game, she got a lot of poking stuff where you'll not be able to press any buttons because you'll get hit no matter what, right? Because the save on block is fast as well. You're not even able to duck it because it's a mid. But her chopping move, the way this move she does, the chopping move, you are able to sidestep right about that. So what does that tell you? It tells you if somebody keeps spamming that move, the Kasumi player, if he keeps or she keeps spamming that move on you, and you know it's coming, you knowing that information that you're able to sidestep that move, and she's still doing that move, and she making a whiff. Well, basically, you making a whiff. She's still in recovery. You standing already there, ready to do something. So just by sidestepping and whiffing somebody's move, they're still in the recovery mode. So that gives you access to probably do a back 1-2 with King. That is the best whiff punish King got. Or even a fucking hop kick if you have time enough for it. So just that small little fact, knowing when you're able to sidestep something, will give you access to do a full combo. A full combo. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. 60 damage. I can even make it better. Let's make it better. I'm gonna put on rage. We're gonna make the damage better. I sidestep into a hop kick. Let's say that's the whip. because I sidestepped martial arts jab, right? Sidestepping that, doing the hop kick, starting the combo. I drop the combo, do it again. Drop the combo again. And I'm supposed to hit the wall here. So let me move it a little further. Let's say I'm in this position. Law does the jab. Me knowing I'm able to sidestep that. Boom, sidestep, hop kick. Start the combo. Into maybe this. Into that. And then do a throw. Whatever it is you want to do. Knowing that you're able to sidestep something is a part of movement as well. It's a huge part of Tekken. So, how important is movement? It's only important if you want to be the best. If you... Let's take an example, Michael. Let's say you are fighting... Sidestepping is really, really important. Keep in mind, this is Tekken. It is a 3D fighting game. Of course, sidestepping is important. Everything of movement is important. You get it. That's good. Good. You do get it. But let's say, if somebody asks you, and I want you to tell them this, from me, if somebody asks you in your city, in your block, wherever it is, if somebody asks you how important is Korean backdash, how important is movement in general, it's only important if you want to be the best. I don't know where you live, Michael, but let's just say you live in fucking Mexico, okay? Let's just take that as our example, right? Let's say that you beat everybody in a tournament in Mexico, and you did not know how to do Korean backdash and all that shit. Maybe it's not that important then. Maybe movement is not important for that certain country, right? Let's say that. But in order to be the best, in order to beat anyone, of course, because the more you know, the better you are. I told you already, Law doing this jab thing, I'm able to sidestep it if I know the movement is coming. Now, if he keeps spamming one, so he keeps doing the jab, maybe that'll keep up. Maybe that will cut me, right? It might catch me. But if I know I'm able to sidestep that and start a combo just by doing all this shit, right? Look how much this is. 60 damage. Just from sidestepping. So, movement is really, really fucking important. Especially with King. King is... If you don't know how to do Korean backdash with King, you are limiting yourself to being able to punish with back 1-2. Because back 1-2 is one of the most important primary offense when it comes to King. Doing back 1-2 all day. It's a 12 frame punish. It does... How much does it do? It does 33 damage. In Tekken Tag Tournament 2, it does 40 damage. Because we have two characters. So the damage... or the health is lower. And the damage is a little more buff. But now that we have solo characters, it only does 33 damage. Which is still a lot. Because if you can keep punishing with this shit is gonna stack up a lot. Right? Even if you can punish with this 3 times in a row, right? That's 99. That's 99 damage right there. So, and a rolling death cradle. A rolling death cradle is 110 damage, right? A rolling death cradle is 110 damage. And this is the whole fucking movement when it comes to rolling death cradle. All this shit right here. Look at this. This whole throw is 110 damage, right? So, it kind of gives you an idea of being able to whip punish, being able to create space by doing Korean backdash. This does 33 damage. If I'm able to stack this up 3 times in a row, right? Let's say I do back 1-2 and I create space. And he does something stupid as well, right? He does something stupid again. And I'm able to whip punish with a back 1-2. That's already 66 damage just by 2 back 1-2s. Let's say he does something stupid shit again. And I'm able to whip punish with a back 1-2 again. That's 99 damage, right? If he's able to do what, maybe he's gonna do something as well. He's like, oh, fuck this back 1-2. I'm gonna try to hit him. And I'm already ready for that. So I'm whipping it again. I'm doing back 1-2 the 4th time, right? 99 plus 33. Do the math. That's already a lot more than a rolling death cradle. Just by doing this 4 times in a row. So yes, back 1-2 is really fucking important. But what doesn't that tell you about movement then? That tells you the movement is important. Really fucking important as well. Because movement is what allowing me to make this happen. To create the whiff, to create the space, to make this possible. The back 1-2. to making this stack up all the way until I've done more than a rolling death cradle, right? So I think you guys get the idea how important movement is in Tekken right now. It's everything. So even when you're playing Mishimas, right, just being able to do instant electric, right? Your electric is on point, your movement is on point as well, and all that stuff. A lot of people always ask me, you know, they want to learn Korean backdash from me, and I did make a tutorial already where people can, you know, learn how to do Korean backdash, or maybe do wave dash, because I know how to do wave dash as well, right? But a lot of people only want to learn it because it looks cool. And I'm always like, you shouldn't do this just because it looks cool. This is a tool. This is a weapon. Movement in Tekken is a weapon as well. It doesn't do damage, but it creates the opportunity to do a lot more damage. Let's say I whiff something else. You can all, let's say I do 2-1 and then I do backdash, right? He whiffs something. Maybe I won't do a back 1-2 then. Maybe I'll do this instead. Maybe I'll start a multi-throw. Maybe I'll start my screwdriver. Let's see, how much does this damage do? We're gonna figure out when I'm done with this multi-throw. We're gonna figure out how much this whole multi-throw does in damage, right? And I'm pretty sure it actually does more than a rolling death cradle. Let's see here. It does 126 damage. So let's say I'm playing against somebody in low ranked, and I'm creating that space, and he whiffs something, and I get him with a screwdriver. That's 126 damage. Free for me, if he does not know how to break the throws. I made that possible because I created the opportunity to make it possible through movement. So that's how important movement is in Tekken. It's always been the most important thing. If you're not able to move your character, you're gonna have a hard time playing Tekken. Legit, that's how it is. But that's what makes Tekken, that's one of the things that makes Tekken really, really hard. And it's gonna take time. There's no way you're gonna learn how to be the best tomorrow, you know. If you already knew how to be the best, you were going out to be the best tomorrow. Right? You were going out, let's say you already know how to be the best. You would go to Japan tomorrow to prove you're the best, right? But you don't know that. I bet movement with whoring is